Good morning, YouTube fans, Facebook clan. Here we are Sunday morning, and I decided to go and pick some things out of the garden. And one of the things that I picked was a purple eggplant, several small ones, so they're not too seedy. I caught them, I think, just right for this dish. And what I'm going to show you how to do today is make a diabetic friendly. And this one's for you, Vicky. I know that you're Italian, and I know that lasagna is probably not on your menu, but this is a good alternative. Less carbs, not perhaps less calories, although I think it might be reduced calories as well. So here we go. We're just going to start into it. First thing I'm going to do is take some cottage cheese rather than ricotta cheese. And people are like, oh no! Yep, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take half of that container. That's about a cup. And the first thing that we're going to do is hit this with some minced garlic. I love garlic. So we're going to take out a whole heaping teaspoon, plop them right in there. This is for our filling. Next thing I'm going to do is take some Italian seasoning, and we're going to go like a quarter of a teaspoon. Then I'm going to take a little bit of basil leaves, again a quarter of a teaspoon. We're going to take some black ground pepper, a couple shakes. We're going to take a little bit of garlic powder, put that in there. And then we're going to take 2 eggs. We're going to start out with 2 eggs. These are farm fresh eggs. And then we'll just mix this up real fast, just to see that it's a good consistency. Trying to do a speedy one here. Alrighty, and now what we're going to do is we're going to add some Parmigiano Romano. Oh, pretty close to half a cup. Give it that nice Italian flavor. You got a lot of goodness right in here. Smells wonderful already. I always say I'm addicted to Parmigiano, but my first love is Asiago. Yep, that's the right consistency. I wasn't sure whether I was going to have to do an egg or not. I think this is pretty good right there. And what we're going to do, real fast, is we're going to add some shredded mozzarella to that, because we want it to stick together. And I'm going to say maybe a quarter of a cup for that. Maybe just a hair more. And we're going to mix that in there as well. So we've got a nice creamy, cheesy batter, as it were, for this eggplant / lasagna. Very good. Now I like a meat lasagna. I would have preferred to have fresh cooked sausage, but unfortunately I'm allergic to MSG, and one of the items that is put in all these sausages, especially the hot sausage, it's listed as spice, but it's MSG. So I can't use that. But what I am going to do is take some pre-cooked ground beef, and I'm going to take a couple of handfuls of that. It's been drained. This has already been cooled. And that's probably half a cup in there. And we're going to mix this up. So you've got a lot of goodness in here. It's pretty good consistency. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. All right, we're going to take him and sit him aside. He's ready to rock and roll. Now we've got our traditional lasagna dish. It's been sprayed with coconut oil, and we're going to take our thinly sliced half moon purple eggplant, and we're going to just put them on the side here. We're going to flip them up. I should have left them whole actually for this part. So we'll let them hold up like that because they're slipping. To make our edge, now you can find gluten-free noodles, lasagna noodles, but they're rice, and so the carb content is still pretty high. And I'm a carb counter, so I don't worry too much about the calories, but I do worry about the carbs, being diabetic. So we're going to lay these in our dish so that they're lining the side. Just like that. Hope I sliced enough. I think I did. We're going to use these as our noodles. Alrighty. Now I also have some chunky sauce, and I'm going to lay that in the bottom before I finish. That's like 2 tablespoons. Before I finish layering our purple eggplant. Alright, so we've got that. Now we're going to take our first layer, because I'm going to divide this right in half and just take it and dump it in there. So that's half right there. Pretty close to half. And we're just going to push that out of there. We want to push those purple eggplants up on the side, which is, this works real well doing it this way. So you've got all kinds of good Italian flavors in here. Keeping that carb count lower, which works real well. There you go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple more spoonfuls of sauce. This happens to be my chunky sauce. I like a very saucy lasagna. So we're going to smooth that. All the way evenly. In fact, I'm actually going to put a little bit more in there. I go through sauce like crazy. I think I did up 60 pints last year. I don't think I'll do quite that much this year. And I have 1 case of chunky that's left. Alright, now we're going to finish doing our layering. We're going to, again, overlap, and now they'll stay nice. Overlap the sides here. Now they won't slide so much. I just want to bring them up to the edge of the lasagna pan, which is working out real well here. Okay, there we go with that. And now we'll overlap the rest of these here. This is almost like a piazza kind of lasagna. It'll be a hearty meal for sure. Should have saved those bigger ones for the top. Alright, now I want to layer in here some mozzarella. Just give it some mozzarella just to provide something to stick that together. And I'm going to hit it with a little bit of garlic powder and a little bit of Italian seasoning. I'm just going to shake a little bit on there. And we're going to take a little bit of sauce. Spread him along there a little bit. In fact, a little bit more sauce. There we go. And we're going to spread the rest of our mixture in there. And again, you just want to push it to the periphery. It'll hold the purple eggplant in place. The mozzarella will help hold it in place too as it's baking here. Yeah, that was perfect proportions. Alright, so there we go with that. And now we're going to shake a little bit of that Parmesan Romano right on the top here. And we're going to take our sauce. I might end up having to grab another sauce. Trying to make this a fast video. I think we can get away with that. Well, I think I'm going to grab another sauce. There we go. Because on the top here I want it nice and saucy, and then I'm going to coat it with some mozzarella cheese. Yeah, there we go. Now this is pre-baked. You want to bake this at 375. It'll take a good probably 40 minutes. 45. I'd look at it, you know, see what's going on. I always check like 15 minutes ahead of time to make sure you're not burning stuff. And now, for the finishing touch, as soon as I get it open here, there we go. This is that 6-cheese blend. It has low moisture part skim mozzarella, not smoked provolone, Parmesan, Asiago, Fontino, and Romano cheeses. This is a great cheese for Italian blend. And we're just going to layer that right on there. Make that look nice. This is going to be so good. Some Italian wine, some crusty bread, gluten-free, everything here so far. You can get gluten-free Italian breads. They're just a lot of carbs because they use the rice flour. And as the final touch, we're just going to take a little bit of basil, give it that herby look. Not a lot, I don't want it to overpower. And there we go. That's completely done start to finish. We're going to stick him on a tray, put him in the oven. We're going to bake him at 375, probably about 40 minutes. You could cover him with aluminum foil. What I'm going to do is make like an aluminum foil tent. Just a little bit of a tent, because I don't want all the cheese sticking to the aluminum foil. Alright, so there you go. That's an original recipe. Hope you enjoyed that. I hope everybody was able to see that. Happy harvesting to those that grow. Be kind to one another and help your neighbor if you can. See ya.